Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and I'm gonna be taking the day 3 of your 30 days 30 most important biology topic for NEET 2025.
Chalo, let's complete it.
Well, in today's topic, we're gonna be studying about the chapter number 3, plant kingdom. And in this, what we're gonna study, of course, the first most important thing is the examples that you will learn it. I know that I have all my trust and faith on you that you will be able to do that. But what you won't be able to do it or might want to skip, that would be the life cycles. So today we're going to see the life cycles and starting with the each division of the plant kingdom. So the first division that going to be studied, that is the Thallophytes. When I'm saying the word Thallophyte, it means what? It simply means your algae. Okay, so we are talking about the algae. So just remember, since their body is thallus-like, so we call them Thallophytes. That's it, nothing much. Now remember, most of the algae that you have been studying, they are haploid. So your algae is haploid. Okay, most of them. But there are certain cases where they are diploid or haplodiplontic also. Okay, like your diploid one is ficus. Okay, so these things are given in your old NCERT. So you have to remember these facts. Okay, but here we are going with the what is the major life cycle over here. Okay, so in the major life cycle, if they are haploid, so I make a algae over here. Let's see. So this is one of the algae. Okay, I am just giving a basic diagram, and it is what? It is N. Because it is haploid, I told you, main body is haploid. Since on this body only the gametes will form, because our major concern, this life cycle is based on the sexual reproduction, that how the organism is doing the sexual reproduction. So on that basis we are showing it a life cycle. Okay, so in this, that if they are making the sexual reproduction, then there will be formation of gametes. We know that algae can make all the three types of gametes, means isogametes, anisogametes and oogametes. Let's not going deeper into those things, but we are going to the life cycle. If the gametes are being formed by this body, so we can say that this main body is what? Gametophyte. This is a very important point. Okay, so this is gametes are being formed on it, so the main body is the gametophyte. So we are able to understand one point. Now they will have what? Sex organs present. If it is present, so there will be what? Male and female sex organs. So there is a male sex organ, there is a female sex organ. On the male and female sex organ, what will happen? Gametes will form. So here the male gamete form, and here the female gamete form, or we can call it egg. What will happen? There will be fusion of this. Once the fusion is being formed, what happened? Now when the fusion happened, so basically your gametes that we are studying, if these sex organs are formed on a haploid body, then the sex organs would also be haploid. So their body all cell will be this only, because sex organs are what? These are the mitotically forming organs or the part of the body. If they are making gametes, we know that gametes are always what? Haploid. So if someone will ask like how they are making gamete, so they are making with the help of mitosis only. Then comes when the fusion occur, fertilization happened. So after fertilization, what will happen? There will be a formation of a structure, that will be N plus N structure. N plus N structure would be what? Of course, there will be a formation. We always say that when the fertilization occur, there is always a formation of what? A zygote, and zygote is always diploid. So this is diploid because N from the male and from the female. Now what's the problem is this? If we grow this zygote like this, what will happen? The ploidy change, increase amount of ploidy means increase amount of chromosome will give extra features. We know that we don't want that extra features, similar kind of extra features. We don't want it because we want to preserve the genetic makeup of an individual. So what will happen? This thing will undergo meiosis. So this thing will undergo what? Meiosis. And when the meiosis occur, we know that one cell make 4 cells. So what will happen? Here 4 cells will form. These 4 cells will finally be germinating into what? this. Okay, so each of these cells is what? Haploid, and it will germinate into what? New plant body which is haploid. This is the life cycle of the algae. Moving on to the next one. After algae, the next in our syllabus is our bryophytes. Okay, so next is the bryophytes. Now in bryophytes, there are two types of divisions of, like, further divisions of bryophytes are given to you, and they were what? Liverworts and the your mosses. So in mosses there is certain extra thing compared to liverworts, but overall it is similar. Something is very similar because they belongs to bryophytes. Let's just tackle with the mosses and the liverworts differently. Okay, not together. Okay, so we're gonna be studying two different graphs. Okay, means flowchart. So there will be two different. One would be for what? One would be for your liverworts. The example is Marchantia. Okay, and another one we will be studying it for the mosses. Example is Funaria, Sphagnum, all of these. Okay, now moving on, starting with the liverworts. In liverworts, what will happen? Here also, first we will see what is the plant body. The plant body here would be what? The plant body is little thallus-like, but it has what? Root-like structure, rhizoids present, which could be unicellular, multicellular. So I made this structure. Okay, this leaf-like structure is present, and on these leaf-like structure, there is the presence of male and female glands. Now, for basic thing, you have to always remember that the bryophytes are also haploid. So means certain things will remain same. What would be certain things? That their main body would be what? Gametophyte, because on that body only gametes will be forming. So the main body is what? Gametophyte. Okay. Now, since the example that we are taking is what? The example is Marchantia. Now in Marchantia, you have to remember that their male and female body is different. So here I am making one body, and here I am making another body. Okay. Now on these body, this is what I am making. This is a male body, this is the female body. Now on the male body, there is a presence of a stalk-like structure, and on that stalk-like structure, there is a presence of a structure. Okay, this structure that you are seeing, it is what? It is the male sex organ. Okay, and this structure is what? It is the stalk of it. Now the male sex organ is called as antheridium. Will you remember this? Very important. So male sex organ, antheridium, is present. Now this structure, which is a stalk-like structure, which is attaching the male structure, is called as antheridiophore. Phore word is for the stalk. We have already done it also, this word. That phore word is coming for the stalk, for the conidia thing. Conidiophore we have studied. Okay. This thing is okay. Now the similar, like the female also. Female will have what? Female will have its own structure, similar like a stalk-like structure. And on the top, female gland is present. Remember its diagram in your NCERT. Very important. They can give you the diagram and ask you to identify this. Very minute differences given over there. So see it and let me know that whether you are able to find it or not. Now this structure is what? The uppermost is the female sex organ. And the female sex organ is called as the archegonium. Okay, this structure, the stalk-like structure, will be for the female. So we will call it what? Archegoniophore. Just remember these things. Now inside this male and female structure, what will form? Male gamete and the female gametes will form. Okay, so here what will happen? Your male gamete and female gametes will form. So they will make what? Male gamete. I'm making it like this. And she will make what? Female gamete. Now here the name you have to remember. The male gamete is called as anthriozoid. Okay. Like in our cases, human cases, what is the male gamete? Sperms. In their cases, it is what? Anthriozoid. And the female one is called as egg. Simple egg. Okay. So these terminologies are important. We have completed it. Now what will happen? Normal thing. There will be what? There will be fusion. That is fertilization. And when the fusion will occur, what will happen? Zygote will form. Now what is the problem? The gametes are haploid, the main body is haploid, but the zygote becomes what? Diploid structure. Now the diploid structure can't be the main body. So what happened? It has to be reduced, but it don't directly get reduced. Like in algae, what happened? The zygote directly get meiosis done on it. But here that doesn't happen. This zygote develops. And when it develops, it forms what? It forms a sporophyte. Okay, so it develops a sporophyte, which is what? Which is also diploid structure. Now inside sporophyte, there are certain structures present. Okay, so those structures which are being present, they do what? They makes the gametes. Sorry, they makes the spores. Okay, and certain cells which are making the spores, these spores are what? These spores are basically what? Haploid structure. Now since if the body is diploid and it has to make a haploid thing, it has to do the reduction. Reduction will take place by this which type of cell division? That is meiosis. So here meiosis will occur. Okay, and as the meiosis will occur and 4 cells will be formed, they will again forms what? These structures, the gametophyte. Okay, so this is what the basic we have to remember. So let's see that again. The main plant body is what? Haploid, that is gametophyte. Gametophyte will have what? They will make male sex organ, female sex organ. Then the male sex organ, female sex organ will make the gametes. The gametes will fuse. As they will fuse, it will make a diploid structure because n plus n 2n. This diploid structure name is what? Zygote. The zygote will then develop into sporophyte. Means the zygote will form a bigger structure. Okay. And that structure inside it, certain cells will be there which will forming the spores. And the spores which are being formed, they are haploid, which is similar to the gametophytes. And if a diploid thing has to make a haploid thing, it will do the meiosis. Everything is done. If you understand this thing, then the meiosis one is very easy. Just 2 extra things we have to remember. What 2 extra things? 2 extra stages of life. That's it. Here we have said that the spore will directly form the gametes. Here we have to remember that it will form 2 different stages before becoming the main gametophyte. But they are also gametophyte. Okay, let's just see. Since there is no space on this, I am going for the meiosis on the next page. Okay. So with terms of meiosis, so what will happen? Your main body is the gametophyte. Okay. So I am making a gametophyte. Imagine that this is the gametophyte. So this is your gametophyte, which is a main body. Till here, everyone getting? If doubt is there, you can tell it in the comment section also. If you are getting from this lecture, then also let me know that and what changes I can do to make it more understanding and engaging. So gametophyte is there. Now what used to happen in the liver? What? Most of the things would be similar. They will have what? Male and female sex organs. So they will have male sex organ, which is called as antheridium, and there will be a female sex organ, which is called as archegonium. Okay, they will make what? Male gamete, and they will make the female gamete. as the male and female gamete is being made, they will make what? There will be a fusion. And the fusion will lead to formation of what? Zygote. Now this zygote will do what? We used to know that in Bryophytes what happened? They will make the sporophyte. Now this sporophyte will make what? Spores. Spores will be formed. Okay, but these spores directly won't go there. This thing directly is not taking place. Instead of that, a step will be added over here, which you will remember. So there will be 2 steps before forming this thing. Okay, so that thing I am making like this. So what will happen? This spore, which is haploid, they will first form the first stage. Okay, and that stage is known as protonema. Protonema stage. Imagine it like what? It is baby. Okay, the spore will make first baby. Okay, that is infant. We used to call like adults have what? Infant. So infant of mosses is what? Protonema. Okay, now the infant after 1 year of age, we will call it baby or a child. So protonema will form what? It will form secondary protonema. Means it is growing. Secondary protonema. And from this secondary protonema, it will be forming what? It would be forming the leafy stage. Okay, so this is the second stage. The first stage is the protonema stage. Second stage is the leafy stage to form the final version of it. So these things are being given in your NCERT, and its pointer are giving to you that this is a creepy crawling stage or something like that. That's it. So here what happened? What extra is there in comparison to liverworts? That the spores to the main body formation, 2 stages come, protonema and the leafy stage. Protonema is the primary stage, leafy stage is the secondary stage. In between what? Protonema is forming directly from the spores. Okay, then from the spores, like protonema is changing into secondary protonema and finally forming the second stage, that is the leafy stage. That's it. Okay, moving on to the next one, that is pteridophytes. Okay, pteridophytes only one we have to study, so not a much to do there. Okay, so no worry now. Okay, so we are going with the pteridophytes. Till now you are able to get it. Pteridophytes. Now in pteridophytes, what happened? Certain changes are there which we will learn it while making the life cycle. What changes are not there, we will make it like this. Okay, in an easier way. Okay, now in pteridophytes, the main body is the sporophyte. Low, different. Okay, so till now we used to say what? We used to say to the Bryophytes, the main body is the gametophyte, but here the main body is sporophyte. Chalo, let's start the story from here only. So if this is your plant, okay, don't tell me that all the plants are looking same, sir. For now, just we are making fast. Okay, so the main body is sporophyte. Now sporophyte is haploid or diploid? Diploid structure. This we have to remember always. So what will happen in them? These leaves which are present on it, these leaves will arranged in a cone way. Okay, so means what will happen, that over here, imagine that this leaf, okay, I am saying it has arranged itself into a cone like structure. Okay, and inside these cone like structure there is a bag present called as sporangium. Inside these sporangium, what is present? Spores are present. So always remember, sporophyte means they will be producing spores. Okay, without thinking. Now these spores, either it could be all same. This is most important thing. Okay, so now these spores could be of 2 types. One, all spores are same, which is seen in most of the pteridophytes. Okay, so if all the spores are same, we call it homosporous. And sometimes what happens that these spores are different. If different spores means certain bigger spores, certain smaller spore. So megaspores, microspores. Okay, different spores are present. Like for example, it is seen in the Slegionella and Salvinia, these two. Then we call their spores at heterosporous plant. Okay, till here we understand this. Now what these spores will do? Now these spores will be dispersed in the air. So means these spores are in the air. So I am saying that these are the spores. These are in the air. They will fall on soil and germinate. What into they will germinate? Here the important point which you have to remember, they will form the gametophyte. Now here you have to think two things. Okay, what this gametophyte is called as, you have to remember. This gametophyte is called as prothallus. Always remember. Most of the student will do what? They are putting prothallus in the Bryophytes, protonema over here. That's not the case. Please remember it. Major mistakes which students are doing. Coming back, the second most important question. This is gametophyte. We know with the gametophyte means that they will make gametes. Okay, till now anyhow we haven't made gametes. Second thing, what they used to say that? They used to say that if the gametophyte is there and gametophyte is forming from a sporophyte, means what? Which kind of cell division is needed? Meiosis. Means your spores. Always remember your spores are haploid. The same way your zygote will always be diploid, spores and gametes will always be haploid. Always remember. And if you have to make a haploid thing on the body of a diploid, what you will do? Meiosis you will do. So here the meiosis is occurring. Till here, okay. Now this prothallus is free living because I told you, spores goes out from the body and it is germinating on the soil. Means like parent is somewhere else, they are here. But the same thing do not happen in the Bryophytes. In Bryophyte, it is growing on the same plant. This thing is written in your NCERT also, you have to remember. Okay. So here what will happen? This gametophyte, the prothallus, it will grow. Okay. Okay. This don't look perfect. Imagine that this is the prothallus and it is the rhizoids of the prothallus. Okay. Like this it is. Rhizoids are present here. It has what? Now it will have what? Male gamete should also be there. Female gamete should also be forming on it. So if it is a gametophyte which is both male and female present, then it will be like this. Okay, it can be different also. Dioecious or monoecious condition of gametophyte can occur. Normally it is said that the female gametophyte bears like itself on the sporophyte only. It don't disperse if it is like that. So over here there will be what? A male structure. So a male structure, I am making it here like this, and a female tube-like structure like this. So the female structure is called as what? Archegonium. Whereas the male structure is called as what? Antheridium. Same, no difference. Inside this, what will be happen? There will be formation of male gamete, antherozoid, and inside it there will be what? Egg present. Now with the help of water, this will reach here. Okay, I made it a little wrong. This will reach here. Okay, and what will happen? Fertilization will occur, fusion. When the fusion will occur, what will happen? Zygote will form. This zygote will be what? Diploid, which is similar like our parent. So inside it, what will happen? For sometimes for few cell of embryo will form. Embryo will form inside archegonium because this zygote is being formed in archegonium. Okay, in archegonium, then it comes out. Now this feature, that few cells are being developed inside the archegonium, this feature is precursor to the seed habit, because the seeds that are being formed in case of angiosperm and gymnosperm, that is forming inside the female body. Okay, we will learn that in ovary only ovule there, that is developing into seed. Angiosperm story in 12th class you might have studied in detail. So that point coming here, so precursor. As it is comes out, it's developed into what? It develops into sporophyte. Okay, so it germinate into sporophyte. That's about the pteridophytes. Go through it, see it, and all the thing has been compiled, what is given in NCERT in this flow chart. Moving on to the last one, that is your gymnosperms. Okay, so gymnosperm, people find it really what we say that tough or really confusing, but we will try to do it in the easier way. How we will do it? So I have even some structure also with me that will help you out to understand these things. So there are two types of gymnosperm plant. Either it could be monoecious or dioecious. Dioecious means male plant is different, female plant is different. Example in your book is giving cycas. Always remember it. In paper, this question can cover the difference between the pinus, cycas or cedrus also. Okay, these are given differences between them, 2-3 differences. They can give you out of the following how many belongs to pinus, how many features belongs to cycas. So you should know that. Okay, so the first point is that if the plant is dioecious, means male and female different. Example, cycas, that also will be having the same thing. And if it is being pinus, means male and female structure, sex organs are present on the same plant, then it will be same also. It's just their location. Nothing difference would be there. And the mode of utilization of the positioning and all. Okay, that's not even important. Okay, let's just come back. I am making a branch over here. So this is a branch of a pinus. Okay, so on that branch, what things will be present? There will be a leaf-like structure. So we used to say that these kind of corn kinds leaves present. Okay, so I'm making certain leaves. Now on these leaves, there are certain leaves which are arranged spirally around their male and female structure where they are present. And those things with leaves that are arranged around the male and female structure, they are called as sporophylls. Why sporophylls? Because phylls word is for the leaf. Sporo means for the where the spores will form. For spores forming structure. So who will make the spores? Since the main gymnosperm also is what? Is sporophyte. That is, they are also diploid. So they will not directly be making the gametes. They will first make the spores and then the gametes will form. Okay. Now, so if the sporophylls are there, inside sporophylls, there will be what? Remember in the last also we said that the certain leaves are sporophylls, inside its sporangium is present. Here also. Those leaves which are having the male structure present. For example, this, imagine that this thing which I am making is the male structure present. So these leaves where the male structure is present, we called it micro, because micro word is for the male. Microsporophylls. And the structure where the female part is present, or the female cone is present, this is called as megasporophyll. So mega word is for the female. Let's just see this. Okay. So here it is. This is one such pine from the thing. Now this appears like what? Cone kind of appearance. So this is what? Different. So these things which you are seeing, these are the different sporophylls. Okay. Inside it, what? Sporangium is present. Okay. Sporangium means if you cut this, inside it a bag-like structure is present. Okay. So sporangium, this is female one. Okay. So these are different leaves spirally arranged. Okay. So where is my pencil? Okay. Wait a second. Yeah, I got it. So now what I said, that inside male, what things would be present? Inside male, okay, I need to just change a little bit. One minute. Okay. Now inside this sporophylls, okay, microsporophyll, there is a presence of what? There is a presence of bag-like structure, bag or sac-like structure called as microsporangium. Whereas inside female, there is the presence of megasporangium. Okay, so this thing is present. Let's see that microsporangium, inside it, if the bags present, then definitely there will be presence of spores. So inside it there will be presence of spores. Okay, so there is a presence of spores, which we call it microspores. These microspores, since the spores are like, there will be something which will make the microspores. So that major structure that will make the microspore, that will be PMC, that is pollen mother cell, which is diploid. So if something is diploid, it needs to make the haploid, it will do meiosis. If it do the meiosis, it will forms what? Microspore. These microspores will develop into what? Pollen grain. Inside pollen grain, there will be presence of male gamete. So the pollen grain is what? It is gametophyte. This we have learned it in the angiosperm also. So male gamete is being formed. Let's just see about the female gamete. When we are coming with the female gamete, inside megasporangium, there will be what? There are certain cells present called as nucellus. Okay, so there are nucellus cells are present, which are protected by integuments. And when these integuments are present, we call it ovule. So megasporangium, ovule, same thing. Okay. Now these nucellus cells, out of it, one cell will form what? Spore mother cell. Spore mother cell, or the megaspore mother cell. This megaspore mother cell will form the megaspores. Same like microspore, they will also form megaspore. And since this process required what? Meiosis. Now this megaspore will develop into what? Into archegonium. Normally there are 1 to 3 archegonium that are being developed inside one thing. So means if this is the one leaf, inside it there might be like, inside it there might be 1 or there might be 2 or 3 archegonia might be present. Now when this archegonia is being produced, inside archegonium there is a presence of egg. So can we say that archegonium is what? It is the gametophyte of gymnosperm. So we can say that way also. Okay, so next thing that you have to remember is that this male gamete and this female gamete, there will be fusion. Fusion will make what? Zygote. Zygote is what? Diploid. It will finally make what? Sporophyte. Again it will make the sporophyte. That's it. Certain terms are being there. Next thing is this microsporophylls. They are forming what? They are forming cone-like structure. Look, this is a cone-like structure. Okay, so cone-like structure. So we call it female cone or the male cone, or the female strobili, male strobili. Strobili word is for the cones. That's it. That's all about the life cycle. Go through it. If there is any doubt, you can write it in the comment section. I will try to give you the answers on my WhatsApp channel, that is Biology Simplified English. You can find it out. Whatever the lectures I am adding, that also I am giving their links over there. extra notes, these notes and all those which we are making, that also I'm sharing also over there if there is something which is needed. Okay, so you can follow me over there. Well, if you haven't subscribed me, do give me a subscribe and send it to someone who might need it for those 30 days last good crux of the chapter, so that they are more confident about their subject if they are not. Thank you so much. We will meet tomorrow with another episode of 30 days, 30 important topics for biology NEET 2025.